All right, guys, I am back, and this, I know I told you kind of earlier in the, okay, so hold on. It's week 5, episode 1, and I told you earlier that we might change things up on, like, how we kind of make the processes go here. Um, just kind of like what's going to work easiest for me so that I can keep like recording videos quickly and like back to back. This is the first set of kits that we'll be using, and this will be just the ephemera. These are from Shabby Dabby Doodah, and I think it's Dog Days, both the bright and more of the muted ones. I apologize, I can't remember the exact name of this one. But I know this one said bright in the title. So let me show you them. They're the same kit, just different intensities. And so that's kind of why I chose both, is because some of our ephemera or our pockets are muted and some of them are brighter. So I thought it would give us a really good selection here. So yeah, there's all kinds of cute little puppies and Santas on these. So I thought it went really cute into the whole vintage theme. Right, there's like a vintage truck in there, vintage Santa. So, and these are just a few of the ephemera kits in there. So, like I said before, I don't think that I've actually really used like the ephemera out of a kit before. I've used like background pages. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm not remembering right. But yeah, so I think that'll be fun. We'll use a couple of these little pieces. I think I've used them as like decorations, but actually like on pockets, or I don't know, maybe I have. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to say too, like they're already like pre-made stuff, right? As far as the, oh, good gracious. I can't think of what I was trying to say, and I can't get this off the thing because it's like super humid here. This summer's been so weird in Colorado, guys. Just as a side note, while I'm getting these picked up and paper clipped back again, it's been crazy, bizarre, weird. Like the humidity is, I mean, not awful, but like definitely not something we're used to. Because typically Colorado is more of like a desert state, right? More, not quite as deserty as like Arizona, but like we have dry days or whatever, but man, I mean, you can feel it in the air. It's all heavy. Anyways, all right, so this is the muted ones, and I have printed out 4 of these kits. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna really take advantage of like these. We're gonna mount them onto corresponding colors, and I did manage to pick up a couple more paper packs with these colors in them. So yeah. And then what I did do is, and we probably won't use these pockets, obviously, but we can use that for a different journal. So basically, let's see, where was I? I've already kind of measured the size of the ephemera so that we can mount them. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to take, all of this is basically the leftover scraps of what we used before. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut up what we can as far as like into our sizes, and then we'll work on putting ephemera in there. So it might actually be just a tiny bit longer of a video, but so this is essentially going to be like a prep work video. Like I said, I've like, I don't know how we'll end up feeling about it, but I definitely need one to keep a close eye on all these scraps, right? Because at the end of each one of these, I end up having like a bunch of like leftover little stuff. So I'm trying to avoid that. So we're basically working with 2.5 by 4.5 and 3.25 by 4.5. So this is 4. So this piece would actually, let's see, it's 4. So let's go ahead and cut it down to 2.5. Oh, hold on. What? might actually be too small, but too big of a piece, if that makes sense. So, and these, maybe the better course is to kind of set them in like a categories, right? Like size, because we should have quite a few of the same sizes. And I'm not overly concerned, like if we don't use all of the little scraps, right? We can use those for other Christmas things. But I was thinking maybe like set all the bigger scraps together, because we should have a lot that are about the similar size. And that looks like a full sheet. Those are full sheets, so set those aside. Yeah, see what I mean? There's like those I don't have any idea what we could do with. That was a prototype-y nightmare gone wrong. So anyways, I hope you guys are doing all right. I have been busy all week and all weekend. Still kind of getting hammered at work with just like learning different things. So your girl's tired. Plus your girl now officially has a boyfriend. I know. Kind of exciting. I'm excited. Those of you that are friends with me on Facebook will have already seen him, and I can tell you his name is Adam. I'm usually pretty quiet about those kind of things until one either becomes official, or I might tell you guys kind of like a little bit of gossip about it, but at the same token I try to like preserve their identity, I guess, just in case they don't like want that, right? Because this is a lot. I mean, I'm not saying like I'm a big channel or anything, but I mean, there is definitely things to consider when choosing to be with somebody who has a social media account, right? I think we can make quite a few small tags with these. That and that. Okay, that makes me feel a little less overwhelmed. And the other thing I did is I brought along some of my punches too. So I think we're gonna kind of punch and cut things at random. There should be 4 of this one, or maybe not. That's okay too. So again, I'm just gonna take a couple of quick little, oops. So anyways, yeah, I brought some of my punches so that we could decorate the top of them. So like I said, a little different this year. It'll be more kind of streamlined as far as these go. But yeah, so things are moving pretty quickly with Adam. We seem to be kind of matched in every way. He loves the Lord, and he's very, very stable. Had the same job for almost 15 years, and then, or 10 years maybe. I can't remember exactly, sorry. I'm a little scattered today. So yeah, he's very, very stable, very down to earth, very charming, but not in a bad way charming, if that makes any sense. I'm not sure why I only have 3 of some of these. Do you kids have any ideas? What I was gonna see is if this one of these was like wider. Oh, it is. Okay, so how long is that? It's 3 inches. So we're gonna cut, is it this one that, yeah. That one's a little short. So I'll cut 2 more of this so we have that same size. Yeah, yeah, and I've met his parents, and they're also equally as charming, but not in that weird way, you know? His mom is adorable. I like her very much. She's very sweet, very quiet. kind of my opposite, I guess. So that's nice to see. Okay, so then if you'll remember, there's some banners. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut, this is 11.5, so I'm gonna cut it in half for 5.5. And then I don't know what to do with this one, so we're gonna take, because it's not exactly wide enough to do anything with, like, so I'm gonna see if I can do a couple of these, if it's even like long enough. No, in that direction it's not. I have to do this. Oh, that could be a cute scrap for something else. Anyways, yep, he's very charming, very sweet. Takes really good care of me. He's one of those men that is just, he's manly, right? Which we love. He doesn't get overly worked up about anything. Yeah, I mean, seems to be a pretty good fit for me. I think I'm going to save these for like a different project because we don't need it overly. I think since I didn't like the way that one folded out, I think I'm just going to cut the last two that we need for this one. So that gives us 4 of this one. So I'm putting the ones we have like kind of complete-ish over in this pile. Okay, now I think we are going to do this. Let's see. So if we did 3.5 by 5, that would give us, what did I say, by 5? Yeah, I mean, it won't be perfect, but we'll still be able to mount something on there, you know? So what else can I tell you about Mr. Adam? If you do follow me on social media, please don't, like, harass him. Yeah. Let's see, this was 3.5. So I'm just going to put that down like that, and then we'll do 3.5. Okay, so that gives us 4 of that one as well. These are 3 by 8.5. So let's do another 5. These will work for tags. Okay, so let's do 2.5 by 5. Those will also work for tags. 5.5 maybe. Let's use that a full 11. Yeah, so if we do 5.5, then we got 2 tags out of this one. Okay, so what do we do? 2.5 by 5.5? So, you guys are all doing well. I think I asked that in the beginning, but if I didn't, I apologize. 4. Let's see, what can we get done with this one? How can we make 4 out of it? So we have 7 by 8.5. So can make these a little bit taller. Let's do 4 1/4, right? Or 3? Let's do 3. 3 by 7. Sometimes it looks like you're creating more scraps, which, I mean, you can be. But in the end, you just get all the scraps kind of like pared down. So we're going to need 1 more of that size. Like I said, I did buy some more paper packs because I knew we'd need them, because I was out of the pink, I was out of the purple stuff, like some of the colors in the purple, and I kind of needed like another blue. Yeah, so I hope you guys okay with me to kind of switching things up a little bit, because I think that by doing this it'll really kickstart the other pockets. Plus it also does give you guys a good idea of what, like how you can prepare to where you can just like craft like a maniac for a little bit, right? So we will get this stack kind of used up and get things kind of finalized. And that's like too cream. Yeah, all right. Not to worry, not to worry. That sounded bad, like anything's ever too cream, right? Okay, I think that's the one I want. It works for me. Anyways, yeah. So, yeah, we're nearing the end of summer, guys. That just baffles me. Or was the first day of fall already? Or is that, no? Is it? Was it this week? June, July, August. No, okay. So, oh. Maybe it did happen. Oh my goodness. I've been just like kind of in a daze, fog, whatever you want to call it. Just like how quickly like life changes, right? And I'm speaking generally, not just like recent developments, but just in general, how crazy that is. So 3 by 7, right? Yeah, 3 by 7. Okay, so there's 4 of this one then. Oh, well, we have like 1.5 pockets worth of stuff here. All right, so we're left with 8 by 8.5, I think. 8. So, okay, I don't know what to do, kids. We're gonna need quite a few little things, right? What if we go ahead and do the 2.5 size? Do I want to do it this way? I want to do it this way. I don't know what else I can tell you about Adam. He's pretty amazing. Like I said, he's not in a rush to do anything. It's just like he doesn't get me into a rush, like in public. Like we don't have to walk fast. Like there's no anxiety there. Like kind of a nice change of pace, you know? I'm gonna go ahead and do 5 inches on the height. That seems like always a good kind of 2.5 by 5, good tag size. I might already have some that size, which is fine because all those pockets are similar in size. Okay, so now what do I got here? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we got 2 blue, and I think they're approximately the same size. 8.5. 8.5. Okay. So let's do 4.25. So we're in half, and then let's take these down to 6. And then again, we can do all the trimming we need to do once we have them. Once we have the journals getting close to the end, then we can really kind of hone in on what we might need later. Yeah, you see, you know, he's just a nice man. You know, he's not all like polished and what's the word I'm looking for? He's not all polished and I don't want to say suave, you know. I mean, like I said, he's charming, but he's not overwhelming with the charm, if that makes any sense. And I think we're gonna save these back because we have some paper clips to do. These little portions here always look good for something. Usually for banners. Yeah, I think a lot of like these really small pieces will end up working great for the banners and the paper clips. So I'm not going to take much more of these. Yeah, I think that makes me feel a whole lot better that we've started to pare them down a little bit. Hold on. I might actually have... No, they're not quite. That's okay. I might have enough for a set of 4 somewhere over here. Now that we're a little further in the process, let's see, because there's 2 of these. I was wondering if we could cut them down, at least on one side. It'd be pretty similar. These are 1.5 inches, because there's not, I don't think there's 3. So let's cut these 2 and have like a whole 4. Yeah, that seems a little more manageable, doesn't it? I'm gonna try to make a couple of somethings out of those purple things real quick. Did I say that was 1.5? Yeah, approximately 1.5. Just take this one down too. this one. And since we're over here anyways, let's just polish it off. A couple of circles. So yeah, I don't really know what else I can tell you about Mr. Adam other than he is really good to me. He's kind of excited about what life entails with me. He's generally a quiet guy, you know. He's kind of like me. We're just really not into today's brand of dating. You know, I think I've expressed that before. I mean, I typically don't, as a rule, since my divorce, literally since the divorce, I've dated 2 men. So, yeah, it's just not really in my nature to be doing that a whole lot. And I'm thinking I actually have enough to do like a whole nother 4. I think that might be what we do. We just kind of keep using this up. Let's just take this. I'm gonna go with, let's cut that off too. So it's not impeding anywhere. Yeah, it's going to be kind of quiet here this evening because the kids are going to dinner with their dad. They haven't seen him since June, so. Let's get 2 more cut out of this one and the next one. I think I'll only manage to get 1 out of each one. It's gonna make those paper clips be pretty cool with like the ones that I have from earlier, like a couple weeks ago. And then these circles, you know. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do yet, but wow, I just love using stuff up. And we might end up doing that with a lot of the other ones too. And I think I'll just do another one to have my stash. Not necessarily connected to just one thing, right? Alrighty, it's kind of a long one, I know, but I'm not overwhelmed with a bunch of scraps, so that makes me happy. Makes me a happy Dee. I guess, I mean, the other things about him is that he doesn't have kids of his own. I really had the opportunity to do that, so, and it wasn't really something on his radar, so, yeah, he's a good man. He's the kind of good man that holds the door for you, opens my door all the time, and not because it's like a pushed thing, but that's just That's who his parents raised him to be. So, like I said, I like his parents very much. And given our ages and everything, it's kind of impressive he is the man he is, right? Like, all right, now we got some purple circles. Boy, that kind of sounds like it runs, doesn't it? Okay, what else we got here? What we got? Okay, so those are little. Two, three, four. Let's say the other two. Okay. That actually was a pretty good haul on using up scraps and getting it into some sort of semblance. So apologize for those of you that were expecting like pocket or like ephemera for the pockets, but I promise you the next like 2 weeks will go pretty fast as far as filling these guys. So all right, guys, I will just see you in episode 2. Bye.